Hello, my beautiful earth signs. What? Okay, so let's get started with where we are this week. And remember, we're to be in surrender and flow of our emotions. Really holding heart space for Emperor Empress energy, protecting the empire that we are building, as well as birthing these new energies, right? So again, we are manifesting. And in today's podcast, Earth Signs, we also had the alchemist turning pain into pleasure, right? Learning and growing with everything that we've been through and putting the puzzle pieces in so we can then step into this beautiful, abundant energy, these changes that are coming in frequency. So our grounding energy for this week is wishful expectations. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are, right? And again, this is being in surrender to the emotions, right? Not allowing yourself to have wishful expectations, right? It's about just being in surrender and allowing us to manifest in heart chakra energy so that abundance comes back to us, and then we don't have any conditions on what it is that we're manifesting, which is where we need to be. So within the Answer the Call spread, this is the heart of the matter, or the nature of the call that Spirit is asking us to now answer. And so we have two, and we have Rooster Mama, and I love this because this is an Empress energy, right? This is birthing and protecting within Emperor Empress energy, which is exactly what I felt in today's energy when I made podcast, and then when I put out on my Facebook, hold heart space for Emperor Empress energy. Because it's about grounding and center and listening to your intuition, because then we have divine disguise, right? And see, and that's a funny thing, because a lot of people don't really know what they're stepping into until they step into our energy, right? So a lot of times it comes as a shock to people that we know the things that we know, right? And I've always said that I just know what I know because I know it, and I don't question it. I just speak it, right? I just speak it into existence because that's what I know. And so that is very much one of our disguises, right? With who we are and how we manifest, not only for ourselves, but also for the collective energy. So that is our answering the call. That is getting to the heart of the matter, is making sure that we are in surrender, right? And not putting expectations on what it is we're trying to bring into our energy with this new moon cycle when we manifest on Sunday, right? So our spiritual response, how we are being asked to respond spiritually with Spirit, right? And Spirit is telling us that we need to step into what is meant for us, right? What is meant for you? This is divine destiny. It is about making sure that we stay in surrender so we can be in heart and in root and in the alignment of our truth, right? Being focused on what it is that we're trying to manifest for ourselves as well as for the collective energies when we all come together and we manifest. So within our third energy, it's about our intellectual response, what we're learning, thinking, or communicating. And Spirit has got us with the Joker is wild, right? Very much being able to play the hand and having that hand always readily available because we listen to our intuition, right? This is very much making sure that we are in our beautiful divine energy, which is why we have divine disguise in that Empress energy. So within our emotional response, how are we being asked to respond emotionally within our feelings and or our relationships? And we have two, and again we have confetti. So this is about celebrating who we are, right? Because there's the mask there. We're not wearing a mask. It's all truth. You get what you get. I ain't even playing. I just speak what I speak because I'm meant to speak it, right? So we are meant to celebrate coming out of dark night of the soul, right? Coming out of the darkness. There's that wishful expectation of being in surrender to our emotions, right? It is just learning to celebrate who we are in this very present energy for this week, because that's how we're going to start bringing in the beautiful abundance, right? Because we are stepping out of shadow side energy and stepping into the celebration of who we are in this 3D energy by being present, right? And so our last one is our physical response. What actions are we being asked to take from either our higher self, right? Or for spirit, that's going to move us into the destination that we are meant to stand in. And Spirit is telling us, we have the Velvet Queen, right? That we are to put our crown on, right? That we are to be focused on this journey, this abundance that we're trying to bring down, not only for ourselves, but for the collectives, because I can't do this without the collectives, right? And the collectives can't do it without me, right? Because it's all about equally giving and receiving, filling each other's cups, which is why Spirit is saying, look, with the Velvet Queen, it's about getting yourself together and playing the hand, right? So again, coming out of the darkness, Spirit is waiting for us to roll the dice, right? Which is why we have that Joker is wild, right? Making sure that we understand that we are worthy in this lifetime to play. So let's go ahead and get some clarification, earth signs, on where exactly we are meant to take this energy within answering the call with Spirit. Oh, and these cards, I just got these cards, and I just got these oracles too. These are the Divine Circus. I love them. And then these tarot cards that I'm using for tonight's video is Heaven and Earth Tarot. All right, Spirit. So what do we need to know about answering the call? What do we need to know with our Divine Mask and answering the call? Queen of Cups and the Seven of Cups, right? Spirit is telling us to make sure we are in that wishful expectations, that surrender to our emotions, right? Because that's how we manifest, which is why it's a divine disguise, right? Which is why we're sitting in Empress energy, waiting to roll the dice, right? To step into the destiny of what is meant for us. So then we have all these options that are becoming available when we go through this transformation, because we are putting ourselves in alignment of heart to be able to, again, turn pain into pleasure, turn it into the abundance, right? Being worthy of putting our crown on at the end here, because we made it through the darkness, and now we're celebrating. And we've always got a hand to play with the Joker is wild, right? So let's find out what is meant for us. Damn. So stepping into what is meant for us, we are we've been in that loss of pleasure, right? And I understand that energy of that pause, reflect and release on our emotions, right? Which is why we're in that wishful expectation, because again, we went through all this energy, right? We learned all these karmic lessons, and you know, sometimes we get a little stuck in that energy because this isn't exactly where we thought our life was going to be. Shit, I know, boo-boos. So again, it's about stepping into the destiny. So let's find out a little bit more about this loss of pleasure with the Five of Cups, Spirit. Why is the Five of Cups here in our energy? Maybe that's why Spirit was telling, oh, hell no. Maybe that's why Spirit's telling us that because now we are starting to celebrate and have taken our mask off and understand that the Velvet Queen is who we are in our energy, to celebrate coming out of the darkness, right? This loss of pleasure. Yeah, because then you have the King of Cups energy, right? There is that vibrational match between the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. This is very much about letting heart and ego be in surrender, and no expectations of who it is we are supposed to be or thought we were supposed to be. It is about not allowing ego, right, to trigger us into a loss of pleasure, because that's why we pull our energy back. And then that's also giving us time to cut any energies that we need to walk away from, right? Toxic behaviors, toxic habits, toxic energies, right? All right, what is the Joker is wild for our intellectual response? What is the Joker is wild? Yeah, see, there it is. The double energy, cutting toxic energies. That's exactly why I felt like we needed to be in Eight of Cups energy over this weekend so we could manifest truly in heart chakra and in ego, because we're in a vibrational match with Queen of Cups and the King of Cups energy. Balance. Yeah. So let's find out about the double energy. Yeah, so this is moving forward. That's why we always have a hand to play with the Joker is wild, because we're using this sword of truth to cut any toxic energies to move forward. That's the change in frequency, which also makes sense why I felt very melancholy in our podcast. Like I just felt like I was just kind of, which there's our wishful expectations. Acknowledging the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. Yeah, see, and that's why I feel like this was very much about that illusionary success with the loss of pleasure with this King of Cups, right? So let's find out about celebrating out of the darkness. Yeah, the Emperor, because it is about us stepping in, raising our vibration, celebrating, being able to turn pain into pleasure, which makes sense why we had the Alchemist, turning pain into pleasure to be able to protect the empire that we are building with the collective energies, which is why we had the Devil energy, because we're cutting all toxic energy with that Knight of Swords. Yeah, see, that's where the victory begins, is when we start celebrating and just moving forward so we can step into what is meant for us, right? What we thought was meant for us might not be meant for us, and therefore we need to let that go, and then we need to remanifest what it is that is meant for us, right? With no expectations and being in unconditional love, because we are in the King and Queen of Cups, right? Heart and ego are now finally starting to work together so we can move this energy in and get out of that darkness. And that's exactly why we have, yeah, see, because it brings in our wealth, which is exactly why Spirit is telling you with the Velvet Queen and Play Your Hand that it's about bringing in the abundance, what is meant for you in this lifetime. Yeah. Damn it. So within what is meant for us and playing our hand, Spirit is telling us that it's very much about the established strength of who we are, which again is why we have that Empress energy and divine disguise, right? Because again, a lot of people don't understand who we are and why we know the things that we know until they step into our energy, and then we bombard them with all the things that we do know, and you know that's a very good divine disguise for me. I'm just fine with it because people underestimate me all the time, and that's beautiful for me. So again, Spirit is very much telling us, right, it's about looking ahead, right, moving this energy in the future, in the forward, because they're not turned around, right? So again, it's very much about the established strength that we are building to make sure that we keep moving forward and celebrating who we are, putting our crown on to be able to move this into our abundance. With the High Priestess, this is about listening. There's that divine disguise, right, with the Empress energy. So this is the High Priestess, listening to your intuition, moving it forward. With Temperance, because you're working with the divine. See, it's about allowing the divine to come in and wash us clean, which is why we have to be in that Eight of Cups energy. Walking away from any breadcrumbed bullshit, walking away from anything that doesn't feel good in heart chakra, because we are walking into our abundance, our deserved destiny, because it is already written in the books. We just gotta manifest it and get it there and turn this loss of pleasure into the alchemist energy, pain into pleasure. All right, so let's find out. I do want to find out this loss of pleasure with this King of Cups energy. Yeah, it had us in wounded human ego. Yeah, okay, I understand that. Because we have battled and we have gone through the battle, and now it's like I can only lead you where you want to go, and if you don't let me in to be able to properly get you where you need to be, that's not on me. That's why we're cutting this toxic energy with people, places, and things, right, that no longer suit us, which is why we are using the sword from this Knight of Swords here to cut these toxic energies, and that belief that we're able to move everybody forward, because we're not. Let's find out about the Knight of Swords and the Devil energy. Yeah, see, because we want perfect success. We want the Ten of Cups. We want emotional happiness, emotional bliss, right? And we want nothing. We won't settle for anything less, which is exactly why we have the Queen, the Velvet Queen, right? I know my worth, and that's exactly what I want given back to me, which is why Spirit is saying, look, you got to play your hand in order to get this abundance and close out anything that doesn't make you feel good in heart chakra energy. Yep. So let's find out about the options that are within our divine disguise with our Queen of Cups and what we're manifesting. Yeah, see, we do the material work. That's why we've been in ground and center, just really feeling our emotions and allowing that energy to move us through this and coming out of the darkness, cutting any toxic ties, because again, we want success. We want happiness. We want abundance. Yeah, and we have the strength to be able to get there. What's under strength? Yeah, see, because then we have the strength. Then we have that swiftness that Spirit starts bringing this in, because we got out of the darkness and started celebrating, put our crown on, understand in our energy, the people that are not going with us, that's fine. We have to be able to let them serve their own karma, because then we have the Hierophant energy, right? And the Hierophant energy is all about being grounded, traditional value, right? In it for the long haul. A commitment, right? Commitment to journey. That's why Spirit is saying, okay, now you've done the material work. Have the strength to follow through and make it so with the Hierophant. Beautiful. So let's see Spirit messages for us for this week, now that we know what we're bringing in and what we're cutting. All right. So we have surrender. Surrender the need to control the outcome, which makes sense why we have wishful expectations. So we have surrender your need to control the outcome and just be with life in the present moment. So again, this is about staying present. This isn't about having judgment on the people, who aren't coming into journey with us. This is about cutting our losses and moving forward so we can step into our divine destiny and playing our hand, right? Stepping into our abundance because we know we're worthy. So we have no limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential, which is why we have a divine disguise. And there is much for you to share, right? That's why we know what we know, because we know it. We also have fruitation. Rest assured that your dreams and visions will come to fruition, because we also pulled our 10 of Pentacles. Amen. Strength, we also have strength as our overall ending energy. Strength, you are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured, which is why we have to be in surrender this weekend and allow these feelings to come in and go, right? Because again, this is what we want. We want success. We want equally giving and receiving energies. We have Mother Gaia, which again in podcast for the earth signs, it was about ground and center. So again, Mother Gaia, connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change, right? So again, making sure that we are spending as much time as we can outside, staying out of the darkness so we're not bringing any past bullshit into where our future is, so we can claim our abundance. We have dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams, and I know that's very true because they've been all up in my dreams. We also have transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. The Velvet Queen. And play your hand. Meditation, earth signs this week. Meditation, take a moment to connect to source, right? Which is why we have the high priestess energy with temperance, right? Because we're working with the divine, following our intuition to our abundance. Meditation, take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. And our last one is courage. Live your life fearlessly. That is also why we have the Joker is wild. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. And we have strength, we have strength, and we have strength and determination. So again, be wild and free. So much peace, so much love. I love this for us. I love this for us. I'll see you next week.